Hi folks, Bob from Fusion here. Today we're going to go over the XP Pro. We're going to get into a little bit more in-depth. Last video we gave you just kind of an overview of everything and just kind of touched on all the features. Now we're going to start going into a little bit deeper depth on all the different features of the pistol. And first of all, folks, one of the greatest options on this pistol is that it takes Glock G17 mags. So pretty much any of the manufacturers or OEM G17 mags will work fantastic in this pistol. And one of the reasons, top reasons we designed this around the Glock magazines is you're looking at just availability. There's Glock magazines pretty much anywhere in the world. Also, they're much more inexpensive than a 2011 style mag, which the 2011 style mags end up costing anywhere between, even if you can find them on sale for 60, 80 bucks, all the way up to $120 a piece for the mags, where a good quality G17 mag you can purchase for 20, 25 bucks all over the planet. So again, it's just a really excellent feature that adds a lot of value to this platform. We'll start right on the top. Let's start with the sights. So what we did on sights here is we put a versatile removable plate on the rear. The rear is easily removed, okay, with 2 Torx head screws, and it also relocation is extremely good with these plates. With this, we have a standard rear sight cut, which is a 495 by 65 degree, which you pretty much can get any type of sights that you'd like. There's all types of fixed sight configurations, fiber optic, white dot, tritium, 1 dot, 2 dot, bar style. So that's one of the reasons we chose this, because of the versatility, being able to pick your sights that fits you the best. Coming with the pistol will be a black serrated rear combat style and a white dot front style. So we'll stick with the rear sight right now. You have several plates that also will be coming. These plates are made for the RMR, also for the RMSC. We also are making other plates for the Doctor and several others that we'll have for aftermarket sales. So you'll be able to put your favorite optics on these pistols with not much of a problem at all. Now you'll notice on the plates, regardless if it's for the fixed sights or for the RMR style, you'll see we have 2 locating buttons that are sticking down and also 2 holes for the 2 retaining screws. So on the pistol itself, we nest the sight plates, and then you'll have a few holes here for location. Those feet on the bottom of the sight plates will just coincide with the holes in the slide, and then you just fix it with the Torx screws that are supplied. Very simple for you to change out your rear sight. Very versatile because all the different plates that are available. And then also, which is so nice, is the relocation. With those posts that come down off the bottom of the plates, it makes it real nice for you to be able to switch from optic back to fixed sight and really not lose your point of impact. Regardless, when you change sights out, I always suggest you reshoot your pistol, make sure you're on. But again, we have tested these, and the relocation when taking them off and on is extremely good. So we'll move on to the front sight. The front sight, again, we looked at versatility. Again, Fusion, we sell lots of sights. We make a lot of different sights. We also represent LPA, which is the largest sight manufacturer in the world. And one thing we wanted to do was make sure that whatever sight package we put on here was common, so that you, the customer, can do whatever he wants, again, with tritium or white dot or whatever you like. You can put it on here. If you don't like our style of sights, you like some other manufacturer's brand of sights, generally they all use the common sights, which are going to be the standard 330 by 65 dovetail by 75,000, 72, 75,000 deep on the front. So it's easy for you to change out the front sights to your liking. Everybody has their own favorite of colors and sizes of sights. All that's available for the sight package on the XP Pro. All right, so now we're going to move on to the top end of the pistol. Let's go over the common features and items that are really close to the 1911, or they are exact as the 1911. Here's a strip slide out of one of our XP Pros. Some of the details that many gunsmiths and people will be asking if they want to change barrels out. the actual diameter inside the slide, we keep that at the standard 700 thousandths. So if you've got a preferred barrel that you want to smith this up with, you know, you can use a common Clark ramp barrel. There isn't going to be any like freak of nature you're going to have there to try to fit another barrel. Extractor, common again. Firing pin, common again. Firing pin spring and stop plate, common again. You'll see we have a few little differences in our stop plate. They're clearance cuts, but any 1911 stop plate can be fitted to this. Very easy to work on, very easy to exchange if you wanted to exchange out parts for what you need. Everything on this gun, there's absolutely zero compromise in fit, finish, and details on these pistols. We've worked extremely hard in development and manufacturing, making not just the development products, but a whole gamut of QC fixtures and checking fixtures so that we stay on track of making multiples, thousands and thousands of these pistols and having the tolerances stay where they need to be. It has a full-length guide rod system and reverse plug. It'll be the ledge style. It'll also have in the reverse plug the full profile. Is this standard? Yes. Standard 1/2-inch hole, standard reverse plug styles. So if you have a favorite reverse plug you want to use in that, yes, you can fit it to this. Also, for the top ends, one-piece guide rod system. Also, your springs. Right now, you know, we're working on even more springs. We'll have a complete gamut of recoil springs for all the different calibers, starting with the 9mm as we just introduced. The recoil springs will be starting at approximately 7 pounds, and we'll have them up to 12 pounds. Pretty much the way it's set up, because it's a 4-inch pistol, most Commander springs you're going to see are 4 1/4, a little bit more. You can use any 1911 spring that you desire, and you just cut it back through 4 coils so you can get it back to the length that you need. We didn't design it so you're put in a box so you can't get certain springs, or you know, if you have lighter loads and you need weaker springs, they're not available, or if you have really heavy plus P loads and you need heavier recoil springs, all that's available. All of it's going to be there for you. Other features on the top end, finish, which is on all the metal parts. You're going to have Tenifer, which again is the most premium firearms finish that you can have on any product in the firearms industry. Tenifer, quench, polish, and quench process. Nothing spared, nothing sacrificed, only top of the line for the finishing on the pistol. So also on the slide, your ejector cut is going to be the same, disconnector location, all those items same as 1911. The slide itself though will be slightly wider. The rail geometry is going to be a little different. Now the thicknesses and things like that, the way you fit them, are basically the same as a 1911, but our slides are a little bit wider. We need that because we're going around the Glock magazine. We will have other slides available. We're working on that also going forward here, where we'll have optional slides available for aftermarket purchase. We also have balled slides that we're going to be working on so that you can use a pre-hard balled slide and do your own whittling if that's what you like to do. So all that will be available for you with the X-Power. So now we'll start on the lower end. Now the slide stop, the hole diameter is going to be the same as 1911. The slide stop's going to be unique, and we will have other aftermarket slide stops for you, where we had to design a new slide stop for the Glock magazine. That again is somewhat unique. On the lower, you're going to have the rail system on the lower is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little wider just because of the width of the Glock magazine. Rail dimensions, you know, for thickness and that, pretty much the same. Clark ramp cut, the same. Your thumb safety, this will be slightly different because of the width of the grip section and everything. We have to come out and over top of the grip area, so that will be a little bit different for you. And again, we'll have the aftermarket parts for that. We'll have actually some other styles, a single side and all that coming also. Everything on the lower, just like the upper, is 100% bar stock, CNC machined. Every part, no compromise at all. The only part that's not is going to be the mag catch. That is polymer. Because of the Glock magazines, when we have it steel, it'll put quite a wear on your magazines, and you're going to have problems with the magazines as you go forward. Using the polymer style, we don't have that issue. And that's the only part that in this pistol that's molded because of the application. We'll go down to the trigger group. You're gonna have a solid machined trigger out of one piece. It's not a sheet metal bow and a different head. It's solid machined. This part, again, we're going to be making an awful lot of aftermarket styles, curved, long, short, you know, all those things that people desire. Those are all coming up the bat here real soon. Trigger's another thing people like to customize to their liking. That will be available for you. Your hammer, sear, disconnector, standard 1911, all bar stock tool steel. The grip safety is a little bit different than a standard 1911 grip safety. Also, the radius is slightly different. We styled it very nicely. You have a memory bump. We blend all these areas here. There's nice clearance cuts on the actual frame and the grip module so that when you engage your hand, you don't have sharp edges, you don't have any of that stuff to contend with. It's just a really very finely detailed product. Okay, so you'll see the lower grip area here. How does it come on and off? Very simply, just using these screws, and there's some bushings inside, very similar to most other wide body style pistols that have a modular grip area. The grip itself is 70-75 aluminum, fully machined on CNCs, and then again, we hard coat all that. And we will have other grip patterns coming. We'll also have grip patterns that are blank and a little bit oversized. So again, for guys that want to go tool their own, we'll have those available coming up in the future here. The mainspring housing and magwell situation, what you'll see on the pistols when they're together. The magwell itself, I love this magwell. It kind of pinches and brings your hand up to the top of the center line of the bore. Again, the mainspring housing and magwell, base materials, 70-75 aluminum, then hard coated. Everything is blended very nicely. You don't have any heavy, sharp corners. Also, the magwell is very easily removable. You'll see there is a tongue in the front area here, and there is a groove in the front of the frame. And that just goes on. When you're replacing the magwell, it's very easy. Take the back section of the magwell, put it up where the pin is located, swivel the front up, and then push it back so that the tongue and groove on the front inner side of the magwell locks in to the frame section. Insert your pin. 2 pins will be coming with the pistol. You'll have the magwell pin, which is longer, and then when you take that out, if you want it, take the magwell out. We have a shorter pin that's included with the pistol. You can put that in. The butt of the pistol is nicely rounded for carry. This is all rounded very nicely, finished off very nicely. The magwell area, just the well itself, has a nice chamfered area here, and you'll see that's all done very nicely for insertion of the magazines, make it a little bit easier on you. Okay, we'll get into the grip angle now. We've had a lot of questions on the grip angle. What we've done here is on the front of the grip angle, it's basically the same as a 1911. It's right around 17.5 degrees. We have a slight undercut, square trigger guard. The trigger guard, you have some serrations on the front. You got nice texture on the front here, obviously texture on the sides. And the back angle is 22 degrees. So even without the magwell, it really, when you grab this pistol, what you're gonna feel is it wants to pull your hand up into the pistol, okay? Just like a glove. It just feels so natural to point and shoot because you have a little bit of an increased angle on the rear versus the front angle of the pistol. As you grip the pistol to bring up to shoot, it just naturally wants to bring your hand up into the grip safety and up into the center line of the bore. And it's just a phenomenal pistol, the way it feels, the way it comes up, the way it naturally comes up the point. If you're a person who's shot 1911s all their life and then you go and grab some of the striker fires, you pick them up and it's not natural. This pistol still brings that natural pull up of the pistol, and actually I think it's enhanced. I really feel that this grip angle, the way this is, and it's a compound with a 17.5 degree on the front and the 22 in the back, I believe is an improvement. Some people, even with 1911s, that's why there was so many different beaver tail styles. Some guys, you know, oh, I can't push the beaver tail, it's not fast enough, or beaver tail, I can't get it disengaged fast enough, you know, I made a mistake or whatever. This gun, I have not had one shooter have that issue at all. We've had amateurs shooting it, we've had nurses shooting it, we've had ex-military shooting it, We've had ex-Bianchi Cup winners shooting it. You know, all these different people shooting these pistols like crazy. And everybody that picks these pistols up just loves the way that pulls up and comes up into your hand and into your eye. We've had this in a lot of shooters' hands, and a lot of shooters that are actually semi-professional or were professional shooters at one time. We have a Bianchi Cup shooter that's ringing one of these out for us. He's won 3 times. We have it in a lot of experienced hands just to make sure that what we're offering is not just patable in our mind, and are we seeing the same thing as you know, that our test people are. So we really appreciate all the love we've been seeing from all of you out there. And this is like a really massive deal for Fusion and Ergonomics. All of our labors and thought and design and everything that we've put into this, it's now really paying off, because we're just coming out with just such a beautiful product, very highly detailed, and gives our customer the best of the best. And that's what we're here to do.